That view reminds me of where we live in Barbados. Could be anywhere in the world. Rio, Sao Paulo, anywhere in Central America, North, South America, like Colombia, Ecuador, Panama, even Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, mountains, looking towards the lower plains and oceans. Beautiful. I hope you are enjoying seeing something like this. I mean, New York City is different, but go to the park. I used to go to Sunrise Park, right behind JFK, and just lay there, sit there, watch my kids play basketball, and relax, or ride my bicycle. We all ride our bikes. Anyway, the days have changed. My kids are growing up now, and I'm moving around from here to there. We were talking the other day about think tanks. And that's part of the, it is not the government, but it runs the government. I don't know if any one of you have ever heard about Heritage Foundation or Ford Foundation. But another one of these people now, because the Supreme Court has named them, has identified them as people. They have the same rights as people, as a man. Their foundations, or the name foundations, what they identify themselves as, but they have the rights of people. But how many of you have heard about Heritage, Ford, and many other foundations? Well, they are corporations actually, but foundations that were built to get control over the government. Some have moved into the running of hospitals. They call it non-profit hospitals. But poor people don't get service at these hospitals. They run all kind of very necessary businesses in America. For instance, the Ford Foundation and its education. It helped to set the policy. And the policy is something that may never change or forcibly change. And to get people together to change a policy that one of these foundations put in place is like trying to explain to somebody why they should stop eating a certain food because it can affect your heart and other organs of your body. They say, my mother been eating this, my father, my grandfather, and they lived to be 80 years old. Why should I stop? And in the case of the education system, there are certain people who benefit from the foundation's policies, and they don't see a need to change it because the schools that their children go to get the books that they need. They may get computers. The schools, the policies affect a part of the community negatively, but they don't care. So there's no, these foundations are set up for control. I don't know if you ever heard of Lee Atwater or Newt Gingrich. These were two people in the government. Some of them until they were pushed out for committing actions that were so egregious that they should be prosecuted, but weren't. They were just, you know what, leave and we won't prosecute you. But they changed the voting system in America so that black people weren't able to vote. They are taking the rights of people who vote and making it less likely for Americans to vote. More difficult for Americans to vote. Because they figured out that elderly black people, especially, they vote. They will not give up their rights to vote. They hold it sacred. So they say, we gotta keep these black people from voting. And they set up foundations to do just that. They don't use the typical 1800s descriptions to name black people directly. They use language. I want you to check out foundations. There are many of them, and they do the same thing all over America. Their board of directors and the leadership are interlocking so that if one makes a change, the other makes a change. And one makes a change in New York City or the state of New York, the other in Florida, Miami, will make that change also. Same law they will put in place. The words, the language might be a little bit different. Because in New York City, the people will consider themselves big Democrats. And in Florida, the people will consider themselves big Republicans. People in Florida will consider themselves Cubans who are waiting to take back Cuba only if they have the help of America. The people in New York will take Cubans in because they say, you know what, these people are trying to be free. New York is built population-wise on immigrants. So they change the languages, they manipulate the language to appeal to each one of them, but get in the direction that they want out of the laws that they put in place. And guess who writes the laws that they put in place in this foundation? The same think tanks that write the laws for the corporation. And guess who vote on the laws for this? the same people that the corporations put in place in the Congress and in the state government and in the local government. Just look at the Israeli lobby and you can see how this thing works. They're the prime example. If you say anything like what's going on in Gaza right now, that's been going on throughout the world. Israel can go anywhere in the world and take out anybody that they want to. The Shin Bet can take out anybody they want to. And the governments of the world will be silent. Why? If you stand up and say anything about them, in this election going on right now, so far I've seen about $15 to $20 million spent on congressmen who didn't like what Israel is doing and voiced their opinion, and they're trying to get them out of office. Some they haven't. Most of them they took out of office were black people. And I have my own black people running around talking about they're Jews. Better learn your history though. I don't want to get off into that yet, but I will one day. And man, y'all are going to be burning, your feet are going to be burning. My father, he knows you. He's coming for you. But anyway, that's the way it is. We're going to continue with this thing about foundations and think tanks. Hope you're enjoying your day wherever you are. Peace. I want to walk around and get some shopping done and relax. This is SM, one of the biggest corporations in the Philippines. Peace.